even talking in the best case scenario where, the man in the house doesn't really realize that he's taking so much for granted. And like she said, it's very important for the woman to also bring it forward that, today I'm tired, can you take on the responsibility for the day? But very often as women, even if you're tired, or even if you're not having a great day, or even if you want to do something other than that, you'll say, no, I'll do this. And then it starts catching up, and then, you aid it not being equal very often, I feel. So yeah, it's very important as women that you stand up and you say that, let's do this equally. And I'm sure, like I say, very often it's important to say that you need to do certain things. Like I remember when Ritesh and me were, this whole distant education which had driven all moms crazy, because it was like doing the teacher's work at home and it was tough. And they were like, I would do it 5 times a week, and I would get tired by the end of it. And I didn't even know why I was getting tired, because I said, I'm at home and, it's fine. And one day I just told him, I said, I think I'm tired. Can you take up one day? And he was like, yeah, sure. The point of it is that I just thought that I could do it, which I couldn't. But when I told him, can you just take up this one day, he was more than willing to do it, So sometimes it's a matter of communication, sometimes it's a matter of realization, and sometimes it's important that even if you don't realize it and someone brings it to your notice, to figure it out towards the end. Yeah.
Of course, very well said. Now we saw this year, the insight Share the Load talks about is that if men were able to split the responsibility of household chores with others, then why not with their wives? It may be because they don't see women as equals, and this results in a disproportionate weight of chores on women. And to get an understanding of how true this is, we have a small activity, and I want to invite my guests to come towards the weighing scales to see if in reality inequality exists between a man and a woman versus two men who are living together. Are you ready? Are you up for the challenge?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we have 2 sets of scales. Yes, you can clap, that's okay. So now we have 2 sets of scales here. This one represents the equation between 2 men living together, this one over here. And this one represents the equation between a husband and a wife. With the help of some statistics, we will look at how to establish how true inequality actually is. All right, Ritesh, you represent the men and husbands of the nation. A lot of pressure. Hence, you will be required to put the weights on this guy right here.
Okay, this one?
Yeah, that one.
Which
means men versus men, because they've already got the weights on. Okay. Genelia, you embody the woman of today who speaks for herself and will fight inequality of any kind, so you will be required to put weights on this weighing scale right here, which is men versus women. And we would like to request Dr. Nandita to read out the statistics. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, if you could share the first stat.
I don't have this.
That's on the screen.
Right.
There, here. 73% men agreed that they did.
Yes. Other men and roommates.
Wow. So what am I supposed to do now?
So you need to. How do you feel about the stat that she's just given?
I, so
Do you want to read out the stat one more time?
73% of men agreed that they did their share of household chores when they were staying with other men or roommates.
So are we supposed to?
Yeah, we agree.
So we agree. So I mean that's the stat. So okay. So that's okay. So rightfully so that weight is divided between men. They have shared, and hence
Yes.
there's a certain balance that I see between two men staying together and sharing the load.
So you think this is true? Yes.
Yes, of course, of course. I think
Okay.
it's true. I think men staying together share the load.
Okay, and Genelia, as a representative of all women, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah.
You agree? All right. Let's cue to the next one.
Yes. So 70% of women believe that their weekend or holiday is less important than their husband.
With that, you.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you agree?
Okay.
So Genelia, tell us about this one. Tell us why you think that.
Well, like I said, very often women are the homemakers at home. I mean, things are changing, but primarily we are homemakers at home. And the Saturday, Sundays, if you're working, then it becomes about catching up during the week on the Saturday, Sunday. And if you're not working, it's just another day. you got. So yeah, I would agree with that.
All right. Next stat, please.
83% of women feel that men don't see women as equal when it comes to housework.
I would agree with that. That a lot of women at home, and it basically just goes to prove that men feel that the kind of work that they do is much superior to a woman at home, and hence they deserve their weekends off. And like Genelia said, that the woman is working Monday, spending the entire time, so there are no days off for the woman. But men usually, get the day off and they think they deserve the break.
Have you ever felt that, Genelia? Have you ever felt that you were not being seen as an equal ever?
No, I mean, no, actually not, because like I said, I haven't been working. I've just got back to work, and I have a film coming up, which I'm going to be doing, and Ritesh is relatively free during that time. I mean, he has work, but he had just spoken to someone saying that I think Genelia is working, so it's time for me to stay at home and take that on.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I think there's that kind of understanding between the both of us. Like, I chose to stay at home when the kids were younger. It wasn't that, like Ritesh kept telling me, you got to get back to work, and you got to do this and that and the other. But I chose to take that part at home. And I think we understand that, while one has to work and, the bills have to be paid.
Yeah, it's a partnership.
Yeah, it is a partnership. Yeah.
Absolutely, it is. So now in just 3 statistics or 3 situations, we have seen how different the scenario is between the 2 equations. The scale is fairly equal between the 2 men, perfectly balanced. This signals equality. But if we juxtapose with the equation of being a husband and wife, we can see how the woman has to carry a disproportionate weight. This is the representative of physical, mental, and emotional load that women carry as a result of not being seen as treated equals.